real grown up? Or
It's recording on my phone at least. You can do it on the computer here. All right. Hello, my name is Matthew Mata, and I will be telling you about the history of tobacco today. By a show of hands in this room, who has used or experimented with tobacco at some point in their life? All right, that being noted, well, tobacco is one of the oldest plants used by humans and one of the most widely used plants around the world today. It was first used by Native American Indians around 1 BC here in the Americas, used for religious purposes, as a cure-all and pain reliever, as well as a gift. When Christopher Columbus came to the Americas, he was given a box or a pouch of tobacco, and he brought it back to Europe with him. Around the same time, Native American Indians would, if they had a cut on their arm or their leg, they would dress the wound with it. If they had a toothache, they would chew it, to relieve the pain. And like I said, they used it as a gift. Once Christopher Columbus brought it to Europe, it became wildly popular as a cure-all as well. People would use it for whatever ailment they needed as a remedy. And once Dr. Menardus came out and said that it had 36 uses or cures for different ailments, it became even more popular. And people would get their daily dose of tobacco thinking they needed it just like a vitamin. It wasn't until 1588 that a Virginian named Thomas Harriot told everyone that, hey, to get your daily dose, just smoke it. And people started smoking tobacco. It wasn't known until about 1610 that the harmful effects of tobacco were real. Sir Francis Bacon noted that when he tried to quit the bad habit, he had a really, really hard time, doing so. Noting the addictive properties of nicotine. Around the same time, a little bit later than that, 1760, tobacco became more processed and more industrialized. Pierre Lourdes is one of the oldest tobacco companies, and it was opened its doors in 1760. And industrialization of tobacco soon followed. 1776, during the American Revolution, America used tobacco as collateral for loans to the French, so that they could get loans from the French and finance, the war that was going on here in America. 1847, Philip Morris opened its doors. Pall Mall, Marlboro. I'm sure you guys have heard of the brands at some point in your life. And around the same time, a small anti-tobacco campaign was around, but it just really wasn't prevalent as with the Truth.com or Truth campaign that's going on today in 2015. In 1913, R.J. Reynolds, most famous for its Reynolds wrap, the foil, opened its doors and started to sell Camel. And up until 1964, people just smoked tobacco, unused tobacco. It was just a thing to do. There wasn't really any information about how harmful or addictive that it was. But come 1964, the Surgeon General came out and said, hey, there's a lot of health risks, including lung cancer, with smoking tobacco, and gum cancer, dipping, and whatever other forms that there are of using tobacco. During the 60s, a lot of these health hazards begin to emerge, and ads become pulled off the air on TV, radio, as well as warning labels are being stuck onto these cigarette boxes and other tobacco products so that you can know, hey, this is a harmful product. Tobacco, around that time, started to diversify its products because they see the decline of the tobacco industry. So R.J. Reynolds, they get into foil, whatever other companies get into other things. I'm not sure if R.J. Reynolds got right into foil immediately, but they all just started to diversify the products that they marketed and sold to the American public. Now in the recent years, middle of the 80s, up until that point, people smoked in their offices and on planes, and when secondhand smoke became aware that it was also a cause of lung cancer by the Surgeon General, people started to really take into consideration, hey, maybe this tobacco really is a bad thing, and it was banned in most offices, and by 1990 was banned on all commercial airline flights in the U.S. Come 2015, the efforts to decrease tobacco use have really been fruitful. The Truth campaign has not only gotten the number of teens to say yes and become addicted to tobacco on the decline, but they've also been able to get most people to say, hey, I just don't want to use tobacco, period, because it's bad, and it causes health problems. So with that being said, that's the end of my presentation. Does anybody have any questions? All right. Oh, ma'am.
How long did it take you to do your research?
It took me a couple hours. I went to a couple of scholarly articles online at University of Dayton, Ohio. I think it's Dayton, Ohio. That's where I got my information from. So
Do you smoke?
I did, but I have quit recently, and I use an e-cigarette now. So I guess in a sense, it's not really a tobacco product, but it is nicotine. So
Does that make you feel healthier?
yeah, I mean it does, but I want to eventually get off that as well because I just don't want to be dependent on nicotine. So anyway, that went. Anything else? No? Alright, well that concludes my presentation and thank you for your time. Thank you.
Clear?
Almost.